Thank you for joining me. My name is Scott Sackett. I want to film a video today about walking downtown, but the weather didn't really cooperate. Downtown Oklahoma City, that is. And so I'm going to go underground. Now, Oklahoma City has a series of tunnels underneath it. Now, on Harvey, there's two entrances. There's one down there at the corner across from the Palmy Memorial. That door was locked, but this one's open. So this is in the Oklahoma Natural Gas building. It's here at the corner. So if you go in here,
Yeah, how's it going?
pretty good, pretty good. So if you go down here, you can get in the tunnel down here.
Starting every day?
I'm good, man, thank you. Anyway, so from here you can get into the tunnel. See, it goes down there. Now, if you're in, there's a court building that it goes into, but you can't get in that one because it's locked. But that would lead to that parking garage there on the corner. So here's the map. And so here's where I came in. So actually, I don't know if I may have been in this, called it this one. No, I think there's another entrance down there. But anyway, so I'm gonna go down here and I'll film it. There's some construction down here, but this is the Palmy Memorial. That's the parking garage. Down center parking. It's at 4th and Harvey, I believe. That's my favorite entrance to go in, but it was locked today. This one doesn't have a door, so, and you can see there are people in the tunnel. Now, the tunnel originally was opened, I think in the 70s. When I was a kid, we used to come down here. It looked different. Now, you see they have these blue lights, and the different branches have different colors. So you can kind of use it as a map to tell where you're at. It helps you locate yourself on the map. So this branch, because it goes to the courthouse and almost to where the Oklahoma City bombing was, it has photographs of, after the bombing. If you ever visit Oklahoma City, you should definitely check out the Palmy Memorial. There's the fence. The fence still sits there, and there's people still put stuff on the fence. But this was right after the bombing. I remember the day of the bombing because I work south of downtown, and to the east of Oklahoma City downtown, there's a highway, and I went up that highway, and even then I could see the smoke, and there were so many helicopters over the bombing site. It was pretty crazy. Yeah, see, that's the other OG&E one. That may go up into their offices, though. That other one I went down was kind of a public thing. Kind of a little bit of a zigzag. I don't know if you can hear it, but they play ambient music. You may be able to hear it. They play ambient music down here, which I kind of like. Here's some more photos. All throughout the tunnels there are historic photos, and they kind of correspond with where you're at in the tunnel. So this tends to be like federal buildings and stuff. Oklahoma City has an interesting history architecturally. It was very prominent in the 30s and 40s. A lot of buildings downtown, multiple stories, lots of downtown stuff. And in the 60s, they started a plan for urban renewal, and they took a lot of that stuff out. I'm not going to walk all this way, but this. So we're now in red. So this goes to the county courthouse. If you follow it, if you ever have jury duty in Oklahoma County, you can come down here. When I had jury duty, I parked at that parking garage. Then I came down here and went in the tunnel and it was during the winter, so it's really cold outside. I was able to get that parking garage far enough from downtown that I was able to get out of downtown pretty quickly. If you park at the courthouse, it sometimes can be kind of a traffic jam when court gets out. So there's another parking garage here. Somebody sitting there. I've been known to sit there and draw. Oh, today, there's a lot of people down here today. It's kind of crazy. Normally, there's not very many people down here. But anyway, in the 60s, Oklahoma City was going to have this big urban renewal plan. The plans were drawn up by I.M. Pei, the famous architect. But apparently, somewhere in the middle of, after the demolition of a bunch of historical buildings, they didn't build all the buildings they had planned. They had a huge park plan. They had a convention center and that sort of thing. They built the convention center and they built the park, but that was about it. And so there was a lot of empty space for a while. Oklahoma City has a kind of a weird history with their architecture. They have classic stuff, but when it goes out of vogue, they tend to demolish it. There are kiosks, if you want to call them that, every once in a while that have kind of tell you where you're at. Well, to tell you where you're at, you have to figure that out, but it has got a map. And you can pick up maps. I got plenty of them, so I can grab one. Another parking garage. A lot of parking garages downtown have, they have entrances to the underground. Hi.
Hi.
Hi. So there used to be a restaurant here. It went out of business right before COVID. It's a big building, or it's a big space. It's probably too big for the traffic, even though there's a lot of traffic down here right now. But when I was a kid, here's one of the problems with it. You can see there's a leak. There are plenty of places where there are leaks with all the snow on the ground. That may be an issue. See, this went out of business in 2019. So it's way before the pandemic. This used to be my bank, and I would come down here and do banking business, but my bank moved. So some of these kiosk areas, or some of the areas they'll have TVs, but used to, they had CNN on. And so the joke with my friend Ellis was always, we'd come down here, there'd be some kind of emergency going on or something. I know at one point there was a terrorist bombing overseas somewhere. It was just when we come down here, that was the joke. Okay, what's the thing going on with CNN? Then they switched and now they show ESPN. For a while, some of them were showing local government meetings. I think they got complaints. So I'm gonna head to Leadership Square. Leadership Square, and I filmed here before and they don't like me filming here, so I'll stop. This will be like video A. I'll do a second video. But Leadership Square is kind of like a food court area. I'll have to stop filming once I get in there. But anyway, this also has a parking garage. The last time I was here, they was working on this escalator, but not the other one. So go up here and give it a quick scan. But like I said, last time I was in here filming, security was like, nope, you can't film in here. So they'll probably bust me. There used to be a real good bagel place right there, but the pandemic killed it. And you can see there's like a big food court area here. It's a good place to sit and draw. I'm gonna sit and draw for a minute and I'll film later, okay? Bye. Thanks for joining me, and look out for part 2. Bye.